I mean, I think it was always there, right? Like, so I knew something was off with me even before I was 8 years old, because I remember getting baptized and thinking there was something a little off. And I was uber religious because of that, because I wanted to bury it deep down inside. It wasn't until after my mission that I feel like I had the biggest, like, this is me, because I kind of had fought it, and that was my mission, was my last stab into getting rid of it. And then when I was on the plane back ride home, I was like, I actually saw a good-looking flight attendant, and I started crying because I knew it wasn't taken out of me. Coming back home from mission is already discombobulating, and then on top of that I have this extra layer. That period from the time until I got done with BYU and kind of had my big moment of kind of confronting it was the hardest years probably of my life. There was no space for me to be who I was in that religion by any means, and so I think it definitely exacerbated, if not led to me wanting to kill myself. There was a lot of self-hate, and during that time especially, like I said, I chose the route that I think a lot of kids do, especially nowadays, and I started cutting because I felt like I wasn't feeling enough pain. Again, with that religion aspect, I think there was this element for me that I chose to interpret as I'm literally hurting Jesus, and so cutting was a way of getting that out there, or making myself feel more pain. My entire life had been based around what God wanted and what my family wanted, and I knew I wasn't gonna fit in that space anymore, and so it was really challenging. I got a job in Durango, Colorado as an editor, and on the way to Durango, I was like trying to pray and think about stuff and feel what the Holy Ghost wanted me to do and all this stuff, and I finally pulled off the side of the road and quite honestly was like, screamed out like, screw my family, screw God, which sounds awful, but in that very moment, it was kind of like when people talk about being saved in religions, I can tell you that I literally felt like the world melted around me, and it was like me standing in this blank slate, and I just, it was the first time where I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is my life. If there is a God, I am living in a damned hell experience right now anyway, and I will choose to make what he created better, or if there's no God, I dang well I'm gonna suck the marrow out of life. I came out to my oldest sister who is religious, and again, it works great for her, and I love that it works great for her. But of course, it creates an incredible cognitive dissonance for them. Just the fact that, you're only truly happy if you're in the church, and so when you're not in the church, the opposite of that is you can't be happy, and so I think it puts a lot of internal struggle on even family members. So my dad kind of slowly found out, and I will say 100% of my dad's defense, he is a bricklayer, he is a man's man. I think it was the most challenging for him. The piece about this too is that I think overall this process has been super good for my family. I will say I'm proud of it, because not that I did anything, but the process I think really healed a lot of my family stuff. Because we were from Idaho, we were farmers, it was very much you don't talk, like we all knew you had each other's back, but I would never dream of asking for help. And I mean, ultimately I feel like it's made me 10 million times stronger. I'm super grateful to be born gay. I love that, and even at this age, I'm still just learning more and more things that I just appreciate about it, and the community it involves, and just the forced self-awareness it's brought me, and the way it's brought me, I guess, to even like have to figure my own stuff out, to live my own life, I work with a lot of youth in custody kids, and I think that it's so important to just give kids the knowledge that what they are at the core of their being is amazing. Everything about you is the way it's supposed to be, and the more you love yourself, the better the world becomes. It is everything you're supposed to do. Again, being 42 and just having that realization how nice it is and how much I love myself at this stage is pretty awesome, but man, when you think about that is a long time coming, and so I'd hope that realization would come out stronger or quicker for the kids that are going through this, because
I just believe our world is made dramatically better when we are accepting of ourselves and accepting of others.